I had no reason to connect Wallace with phone hacking. I had no reason to doubt his impropriety. Nothing had come to my attention. I had no knowledge of the previous inquiry, and I had no reason to inquire of the previous inquiry. And I'd been given assurances by a senior grade chief constable that actually there was nothing new. So I had no reason to disclose a very minor contract that was very part-time of someone working for my DPA and giving me occasional advice. I had no reason to disclose that. When he did, if you will, come into the frame, or at least became a name, all I was saying in my resignation speech is it seemed to me to be eminently sensible, not to impugn the character of the Prime Minister, but to actually consider, is it right to allow anyone to ask any questions later because I've given him operational information that someone could suggest that because of his relationship with Coulson and Coulson's relationship with Wallace, that somehow that could open him up to some charge of impropriety. I think there's something very relevant here. My understanding is that it was exactly the advice of a senior official in Number 10, so we don't compromise the Prime Minister.
You shouldn't tell him.
Well, that is my understanding. Mr Yates might be able to answer that later on. My understanding is, and I think it's a very sensible position, that actually a senior official in Number 10 guided us that actually we should not compromise the Prime Minister. And it seems to me to be entirely sensible.
Sir Paul, were you not involved in the Damien Green issue? Did you not tell the Mayor on that occasion, before Mr Green was arrested, that he was going to be arrested? Was he not compromised, bearing in mind the fact that he knew Mr Green and that he then spoke to the then Leader of the Opposition about it? How can you have done it in that case, but not in this?
I think there are a couple of obvious differences, sir. Firstly, I might have told the Mayor, but I didn't tell the Prime Minister. Secondly, quite frankly, we had a new relationship. It's always been my practice that when something very significant is going to happen, at the time it is going to happen, to cite the Chair of the Police Authority, which the Mayor was at that time, so that they are not taken by surprise when they're doorstepped by reporters. I certainly didn't tell him well in advance. I worked very hard not to compromise anyone, and if I may say so, I make sure my people do not compromise me. With regards to Wallace, because there was this, if you will, light contact, I made sure that they told me what I need to know. It was only several weeks ago that I first became aware that Wallace was a suspect. It was only early last week I was told that Wallace may be arrested, and it was only on the Thursday morning I was told he's being arrested that day.